Hi everybody, Dr. McCann here. First off, I'd like to congratulate you for making it through your first week in RES 811. And this week, there will be a few things that are different. First and foremost, when you look at the Module 2 DQ prompts, as you see here, you'll notice that you are required to include both an in-text citation and an APA formatted reference in your DQ response. It is only if the DQ prompt itself clearly indicates that you don't need an in-text citation or reference that you do not include one. Now, keep in mind the way the scoring works. If you fail to include an in-text citation and a reference, that's a -3 off of your DQ score automatically. So please ensure you carefully read the DQ prompt to avoid any of those issues. What I want to do is take a couple of minutes to talk with you about the Module 2 assignment due this week. This will be the first formal assignment you have due in this particular class, and it is an annotated bibliography assignment. So if we go to syllabus, overall, topic 2 or Module 2, effective research, you can scroll down and you see the hyperlinks to the articles, and then you see the assignment instructions. This particular assignment calls for an annotated bibliography with notations for 1, 2, 3 articles, the 3 that you see here. So what I've done to make this a bit more user-friendly for you is I've provided you an APA formatted template. And you'll find that under Module 2, DQ1. You'll go in, click the annotated bib template. Now, if you'll bear with me for just a moment while I share this template with you. I've got to click a couple additional items here. Okay, there you go. You should be able to see it now. You'll see that this template is already APA formatted with the running head, the shortened title in all caps. Literally, you'll type your name there and you'll fill it out as specified here. This template attempts to provide a bit of detail about what should be included in an annotated bibliography, but for the sake of brevity, let me just quickly speak to you a bit about this. The key elements that I'll be looking for, first and foremost, of course, that your assignment is in proper APA format, and you've already got a head start if you use this template because it's set up to make things a bit easier for you. So proper APA format for an annotated bibliography means that your reference needs to be properly formatted and in alphabetical order, so the Baker article would go first and then so on and so forth. Each notation should be a minimum of 150 words. I'll say that again. Each notation, this is a notation, this is a reference, and this is the notation. The notation is essentially the summary of your article. So if you read the Baker article, you would provide a summary of it here. It needs to be a minimum of 150 words. You should not quote or cite anywhere within the notation itself. If that happens, that's not included in the word count. Another thing that you should not include in the notation would be items such as the author works here, the author has published this many articles, the author has done this, that, and the other. None of those items or none of those concepts or elements are relevant. The only information that should be included within the notation refers to the content, the key ideas, the key points, the themes derived from that article. Do not include bullet points in your notation. The notation should be a narrative statement. It should not be bulletized. You shouldn't number anything. It's just a narrative summary of the article. And when I say themes, what I'm talking about are the overarching concepts that basically jump out at you. Students have different ways that they approach identifying themes within an article. Some students like to print it out and take notes in the margin. They like to look at each section of the article and maybe identify a keyword or a key concept for that section. And then they'll set it aside, and then they'll pick up another article and they'll do the same, and then another, and they'll do the same. And then once they have read all 3 articles, then they come back, they can look at that, and then they'll see the similarities. And that sort of exercise, if you do choose to approach it that way, it will help you in the Module 3 assignment. So it's going to be something that you're going to have to figure out in terms of which approach works best to you. There are many tools out there, and this particular module is introducing you to how to use an annotated bibliography in a doctoral setting. One way I like to look at this is sort of a prep work for your dissertation reading. And what I mean by that is you're getting exposed to it now in a classroom environment with articles for this particular course. You're going to do your notation here, but also keep this technique in mind as you read for your dissertation, which, by the way, you should already be doing, because at the end of this class, you will be required to do a similar assignment to this with 5 articles. So you should be reading for your dissertation now and considering your topic, selecting articles, et cetera, et cetera. So as you read at the doctoral level, what you should be looking for are key ideas, key themes, primary concepts. What is the author trying to say? And perhaps most importantly, what isn't the author saying? What are the limitations to this particular article? It's through the identification of limitations and gaps within an article that you will most likely derive your own dissertation topic. So just to go over again quickly here, I've provided a template to you. You will use this template, and that'll help you with the APA formatting aspect. And let me see here. I'm going to go back to our class and take one more look there for you to see if there's anything else that I've missed in terms of explaining the assignment. If I can find it. Okay, here we go. My apologies for the delay there. I want to skip back to the syllabus real quick and go to the instructions. The instructions essentially tell you what I just said. One thing the instructions do say is that your notation should be between 250 and 300 words. That's fine. If your notation is only 150 words, though, to me, that's still going to be eligible for full credit. Just do not exceed 300 words per notation. And the reason for that is simply you also need to learn how to be clear, concise, and precise in your writing and sharpen your editorial knives. And this is good practice for that. So our class starts on Wednesday, or on Thursday rather, which means that next Wednesday by midnight Arizona time is when your annotated bibliography assignment is due. And in the meantime, should you have questions, as always, you can contact me in either the individual forum, which is our personal email to one another, or the Questions to Instructor forum, which is the public forum that everyone can see. Okay, have a wonderful week, everyone, and happy reading, learning, and writing. Bye-bye.